All right, so I'm actually really nervous. I'm really nervous about this. I'm extremely nervous. These videos can go completely great. These videos can go completely left. A lot of you guys, I already know you guys are not gonna care about this video, but for those who obviously do, I really hope you guys enjoy this one. And I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna open up a little bit about myself. You guys have been asking a lot. You know, DaddyDLO do a Q&A. You know, you've been asking stuff like, you know, what's your favorite? I got them here. What's your favorite sports, music? You know, how was it being a dad at 16? So I have some questions here from you guys. I'm going to do my best to go through them. But I also have a reaction video that I wanted to do of myself, actually, really and truly, of another one of you guys subscribers. He drew a picture of me. His name is Selvin, and he also did a video about it. So I wanted to obviously react to that because I was absolutely impressed by the piece that he made of me, but also to do some Q&A questions and make it a little bit fun, because I'm also working on a lot of, you know, other materials and content too for you guys too. So I just don't want that content material to be misunderstood because y'all don't really understand me. So this is a big thing why I hope that everybody who is on this platform right now watches this, so that you guys can understand a little bit more about DaddyDLO and how and why I am the way that I am. All right, so we're gonna dive right into this one. We're gonna dive into this one. Honestly, we're gonna dive into this, but I'm gonna start off with some of you guys' questions here. When you guys are asking there, what is my favorite sport? My favorite sport is soccer. Right now, I'm gonna lose probably, like, you know, a lot of y'all right now, you know, but you know, my favorite international team, my favorite international team is France. Okay, my favorite club team is Arsenal. They go hand in hand, you know, together. You know what I mean? Because, you know, my favorite soccer player of all time, I have two of them: Thierry Henry and Zinedine Zidane. All right, those are my two favorite player of all time. And then you have guys like Bergkamp, Vieri, and, you know, the list goes on. So that's why, you know, the Gunners for me, is obviously my fave, my number one. That's for me. Okay. We all know I like to eat. My favorite food growing up was curry goat. That's my number one favorite food. Go to curry goat. I used to eat that junk with ketchup. That's what I used to eat it with. Curry goat and ketchup was my. I could eat that lunch, breakfast, dinner. It doesn't matter. That was me. Okay. Favorite music. This one is going to put some of you guys off guard. My favorite music genre is R&B. That's my favorite music genre. I love my reggae. Don't get me wrong. I love my hip hop, my rap and stuff like that. But R&B, for some reason, always touch me differently. All right. So let's go. Let's jump into the Let's jump into this one here. So Salvin made a portrait of myself. I wanted to mix this kind of together, do like a little bit of Q&A, and also doing a I guess talk about myself while going through myself. So I watched this video. Don't get me wrong. I watched it. I seen it. He sent me an email. He sent me the link for the video too. So he went through a lot to get my attention, and the portrait actually came out pretty good. The portrait came out pretty good. I wouldn't say it looks exactly like your boy because you already know already, but I think for the most part, I think he did a really, really good job for the most part. And I really and truly like it. This is something that I can put up. This is something that I am proud to say, man, somebody made this of me, and it looks good. And I just really wanted to say thank you to him. Thank you to obviously his family. And I know that he obviously took some time out. He drew this with pencil and eraser, and the process that it looks like the process only takes like 2 minutes, but I know that the process has to be obviously a tedious process. So let's have a look at this. Let's look at this. I wanted to review this and say thank you to him. And guys, go over to his page, follow him, and everything else. So let's jump right into this one.
Alright, so right now what I'm doing, I'm just doing a cleaning process. I'm getting all the
Right, so he started it like, I guess, like showing obviously like how it already was almost finished already. So let's just watch. So the detail already. So this is what got me trippy. Look at the detail in there. Like it like looks like me. And there's a lot of stuff why I like this. There's a lot of stuff why I decided to do this. It's watch. You'll watch and see what I mean. You'll watch and see.
It's DaddyDLO TV.
So DaddyDLO TV has DaddyDLO. He has the soccer ball.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but to tell you what, this is a portrait cover up. Under this portrait.
So this is what got me. Under the portrait was another picture of somebody else.
No. Take DJ Khaled.
So you hear that? Let me tell you what he said if you guys didn't hear that. He took a portrait of DJ Khaled and like turned it into me. And honest to God, I was like, come on, man. Like Mateo's thing, he always says, they didn't believe in me, but God did. So I was really touched by that. I really like that he used a picture of DJ Khaled and kind of turned it into me. So let's get right back into this. I like it. You know, he's even thinking. You know, it was funny. You guys didn't hear that. He was thinking of. I wonder what he would think about that. Asking me, what would I think about him taking a portrait of DJ Khaled and turning it into me, and then he says, "Sorry, DJ Khaled, like DaddyDLO is chopped liver." Like, you know what I mean? Like, really? All right, let's go. Look at that picture they're using me. He could have used any other picture, but it's all good. All right, here we go. She goes, "Oh, trust the process." Obviously, you know, it's not looking like, you know, it's not looking too good. You know, she's starting to lighten it up and stuff. You know, it's not looking so great. Boom. Right? Here you can see the detail, the sweater, the beard, you know, the eyes, the hair, the eyebrow, the nose. When I was watching this though, I was like, my man, you could have botched the nose a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, you could have given me a little bit of, like, you didn't have to make my nose so broad. Like, I know my nose is broady, but come on, like a little bit of Photoshop or something would have been good, you know what I mean? But the man just broadened up the man them nose, like. But you know, it's all good. Let's keep watching. Boom. He hold on. Like, that looks like me. Like, the detail is coming in now. Boom. Like right there. Right? Like, that looks like DaddyDLO. Right? Like, it's like the same thing, like, you guys, it's like the same thing, like, what is, like, who is DaddyDLO? Like, that looks like DaddyDLO. Like, I like that. Okay? Let's keep going. Looking good, my guy. Looking good. All the details, the beard, right? The mustache, everything looks nice and clean. Like, it looks really good. Boom.
Hello, YouTube.
He's chewing hella loud on the gum, spitting all over the picture.
Portrait. I actually gave him an email and sent him this picture.
So when he sent me the email, and when he sent me the email at first, I was like, what's going on here? So I read the email and I was like, instantly I was like, yo, woo, man, that picture is nice. I like that picture. Like, I like that picture. That picture looks sick, bro. Right? And then I was like, oh, why don't you send it? Because that was another thing. That's another huge question that you guys asked too. Was like, what's my sign? I'm a Scorpio, right? So, I'm out there and everything else like that. But at the same time, I'm really reserved. I'm really private. Like, you guys don't really know, DaddyDLO. You guys know he's crazy, he's wild, but you guys don't know what makes up of DaddyDLO. Like, I've been through the through. Like, it's really crazy. But anyway, let's keep watching. Comment down below, what kind of sign are you guys? I like the time that he took out. I like the detail and everything in it.
Me so long, guys. I'm a perfectionist. Tomorrow is shipping day. Stay tuned. If y'all don't know,
sealed it and everything. Let's fast forward through it. So this part here, okay, so this part here is what really tripped me out. Watch.
As I said, about to drop him off. He gonna go sit in the front seat. DaddyDLO. Get a long seat. Alright, everybody else to the back.
Listen to me, my guy. You are absolute foul for this one. Listen, when I seen this the first time, I nearly broke my phone when I seen it the first time. He put DaddyDLO's picture, that he knows I'm there in spirit, in the front. And he sent his family to the back. I died. I thought it couldn't get any better than that. I thought that this is the absolute peak of the video. The portrait and everything is obviously wonderful, but he put the portrait inside of the front seat. He put me in the front seat. I was like, that is absolutely crazy. But watch what happens next. Puts on the seatbelt, make sure DaddyDLO's safe, make sure nothing happens if they get into a car accident. DaddyDLO is not flying through the obviously the windshield and everything like that. He's making sure. Now, I almost died when this happened. Boom. What happened? She's not impressed. I don't care. She's not impressed. She doesn't appreciate the fact that DaddyDLO, who is not there, is sitting inside the front seat. Watch this.
I'll be able to get it. I'll sit in the back.
I won't be able to get it. Know what I said about. Look at her face. Look at her face. Listen, I don't know if they set this up like this or what, but I'm telling you right now, this woman right now is not impressed with DaddyDLO, nor is she impressed with him. And I am absolutely dying. I rewounded this part probably 10, 15, 20 times when I seen this. Hats off to my guy. He put his whole family in the back so DaddyDLO can sit in the front VIP. Who does that? A one and only violence fan of DaddyDLO would do that. And this is why not only do I love obviously the portrait, and I'm gonna hang up this portrait too so everybody can see it. The fact of it is that only madness would take over somebody for them to do this. Like, literally, his wife is not impressed, or his girlfriend, she's not impressed. Whoever that person is, they are not impressed who's supposed to be sitting inside the front seat. Watch this. Look how she's getting in. Look how she's getting in. She doesn't care.
Got VIP right now, Dad. Everybody to the back.
Come on. He zoomed in on the picture, said DaddyDLO in the front, and then showed his whole family inside the back. Guy is super wild. Guy is super wild, but I give it obviously to him. I love it. Honestly, genuinely, I love the portrait. I wish I had a bigger one, like a big one, woof, 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 right? But I honestly love the portrait. I love the detail and everything. The only thing I'm saying is, my man, like my nose is big, but come on, you could have, you could, you could have done that. You know, the lips too, like you could like. But it's all good. He did it. I love it. And my favorite thing about it was how, you know, he executed it. And my favorite thing was when he went to the post office. Went to the post office. That's what he was doing there. And he mailed it off. DaddyDLO sat inside the front seat, VIP. Everybody else inside the back. Like, that is violence. That is 100% violence, and I love that. And I think that's hilarious. But that's what I mean. A lot of people wouldn't find that funny. I think that is absolutely hilarious. His wife or girlfriend came to sit inside of the front seat, and he's like, she already knew what was up. When she opened the door, she's like, really? So he has that kind of sense of humor, like DaddyDLO. And she's like, really? And he's like, and she's like, I'm just gonna sit in the back. You know, we're not gonna argue about that, right? So I found out to be absolutely hilarious. And then fast forward now, right? This is what killed me. Fast forward now. This is my man right here. This is my dude right here, right? Boom. He mailed it off. He bought a big-headed spliff. And he sat down there and he's telling y'all to like, subscribe. Y'all know what to do. Big-headed spliff. I need to, you know what I mean? So, you know, big up to him. I hope you guys obviously like the portrait. I absolutely love it. I got it down here with me, right? I'm going to show y'all here. DaddyDLO. Okay, hit my guy up. Honestly, man, if you guys want any portraits or nothing like that, please hit this guy up. He has everything on there, guys. He has the play button. Guys, here it says, are you not entertained? Like, come on. DaddyDLO TV with a soccer ball there. The detail. He has the record button with the battery super charged. Because you guys already know DaddyDLO is always super charged. Alright? So, I absolutely love it. And it's on an actual portrait type thing here. So I know for a fact, you know, he was obviously, you know, nervous, you know, when he was doing this stuff like that. And I love it. I'm not no big superstar. I ain't no big deal, nothing like that. But I just have to obviously give, gotta give praise, gotta give thanks. And it's just an honor, you know, for somebody to think of me in that way, to take their time out, how many days, how many hours, you know, it took to make that portrait and actually make a portrait that, you know, resembles, you know, me, that resembles, you know, somebody. So that's why I kind of wanted to do a little bit of this like Q&A, because you guys been asking so many, you know, questions, you know, too. And you guys asked this one, who's your favorite sibling? I ain't got a favorite sibling. All my siblings are the best. All my siblings are great, right? So I ain't got no favorite siblings. Some I hang out more than others, but doesn't necessarily make them my favorite. You know, every sibling brings something unique to the table, right? If I want to go out and party, I'm not gonna go with my sister. I'm gonna go with my brother. But if I want something to eat, I'm not going to my brother. I'm going to my sister. So it's so it's like that, right? What kind of person are you? Now, this was a real heavy question, right? I don't necessarily know what kind of person I am. I know what kind of person that I want to be, right? But what kind of person am I? I'm like fun, crazy. You know what? I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I have so many hats, you know, that I have to wear. But you know, if I was to sum up, you know, in three words, if I have to sum up, you know, who I was, I would say I am loving, right? I am wild, right? And I'm funny. If I had to sum it up, to say who I am, and if I had to use one more, I would say sometimes, I do get emotional. I'm a Scorpio, right? The biggest question that you guys asked, the biggest question is, this question has been, I think probably every person has asked this question, is how was it, being a dad at 16? And for some and for some of you guys, that being a dad at 16, first off, is a whole entire different story. That's like a whole video on its own. But being a dad at 16 and going through, what I went through, that's not only just my story. There's my brother, there's my mom, there's my dad, there's Ashley, there's even Cyan too, right? Everybody's gonna have their own story. But for myself, being a dad at 16, it was hard. It was hard and fun, but it was so much support and love around. It didn't seem as difficult, but there were obviously difficult times, but for the most part, being a dad at 16, still being in grade 10, it was good. Having all the support that I had, thinking about it now, having all the support that I had, it was good. Back then, oh man, back then it was rough. It was hard. Waking up inside of the middle of the night, having to feed, waking up in the middle of the night because she was always, she's up, she's crying. Waking up inside the morning, having to go to soccer, not necessarily being able to go out and do certain things that you wanted to do, but I can't lie, I was still able to do so because I was still able to be a 16-year-old at 16 with a baby because of all the help that I had, right? So that I can't necessarily complain and say nothing about that. But being pregnant at 16 and being a dad, it's really difficult. So, but it's so when I say to also the support, I had support from teachers, principals, lawyers, police officers. It's absolutely crazy, right? And that is a whole different kind of story. So, but to answer the question, a little bit as the best as I can, of being a dad at 16, it was really fun. It was really fun thinking about it now, being the age that I am now, and having all the support that I did have. It wasn't as difficult as a lot of other people's situations would have been. My parents were there. Ashley was there. My brothers, my sister, my best friends. My best friend's mom. She's like my mom. She's like my mom too. So the support was really there. So I have to give that to, I gotta give that to everybody who was around me at 16. And that's a crazy thing too, which makes me into the person and to the dad that I am now, right? Another huge question was, who do I inspire to be, or who's my biggest, inspiration? You know, I always wanted to be like my older brother. He is so positive. He's so nice. He's so kind. He's so sweet, right? And I always wanted to be like that. But my skin would just itch me all the time and be like, you can't. Like, but I always wanted to be like that. He was an awesome older brother. He is an awesome older brother. And I've always wanted to, you know, try my best to, you know, implement or try to act or behave sometimes like he did. But at the same time, it's like he's too soft, you know, he's too soft. DaddyDLO that soft, right? But he is one of the ones that you know makes me. He was the only one that was able to make me, you know, open up and make me talk and make me show my emotional side of things. I used to come inside my room and just, you know, sit down there and just be like alone and want to be away from everybody. And he would always come inside my room, and at then I would think that he's bothering me, but he would just, you know, trying to spend some time with me and just, you know, making sure that I was okay. He would come in and just sit down with me, look at the ceiling, watch my TV. Sometimes he'll bring his game in because I didn't really play. I played games, but not like him. Play his game or tell me, hey, come inside my room, come watch you play some game. He never ever, like, you know, excluded me or made me feel alone or lonely. And it's actually really crazy that that if he watches this, you know, I love him. I love him dearly. I love him so much, and I've always tried my best to protect him and growing up and make sure that nothing happened to him. And if anybody was messing with him, I would beat them up. There's no question. Anybody look at him wrong, you're looking at my brother. Bah! Don't look at my brother like that. And I was younger. There was one time that he was playing with his friends. They were playing tag, and I saw the guy running after him, and he was screaming like a little girl, wailing. Ah! But they were playing. I thought he was in trouble, and I drop kicked this kid into the fence, and I beat him up. I beat him real bad. And my brother was still running, and he stopped hearing his friend running. He turned around and he looked, and he's like, DaddyDLO! I was like, what? He's like, what are you doing? I was like, I thought he was harming you. He's like, no, we're playing tag. And then he's like, go, just go. I was like, ah, shit, my bad. So no, my biggest inspiration growing up was trying to be like my older brother. He was mad cool. Sometimes I get emotional when I think about him because he's, you know, he was awesome growing up. He was really awesome growing up, and you know, I couldn't ask for, you know, another a better older brother. But that's me, right? So, who's your favorite, mom or dad? Guys, come on. My mom, my dad, they're both great. They're both awesome. How long have you and Ashley been together? Me and Ashley, we've been together forever, right? We've been together forever. She is awesome wife, awesome mother. She's the absolute best. You know, sometimes she's like a mom to me sometimes, right? And that is absolutely you know, crazy. She has been here from the get-go. So, you know, that's the thing, that's the best, right? And then we have questions like, who's your favorite kid? Listen, let me tell you this. I heard this somewhere, and it's true. My favorite kid at the moment is the kid who needs me the most at that moment. All right? There is no favorite kid. You know, whoever needs me the most at that moment is my favorite at that moment, right? So, you know, they're all different, but they're all different, but they all have me inside of them, right? I'm crazy, I'm wild. Sometimes I get obviously, you know, emotional. Sometimes I'm withdrawn, and they all have that. Mason, he's like, you know, he's like a little emotional. Tato, he's crazy, he's wild. He's on 10 all day. He's on 10 all day. And then Cyan, you know, she's like she's a teenager now, so you know she wants to do her own thing and stuff like that. So I try my best to, you know, be dad and let them, you know, think for themselves, you know, make their own choices for the most part, you know, make their mistakes and stuff like that. And yeah, because when I was growing up, when I was a kid, listen, when I was a kid, I ran away. I ran away at, I think I was like in grade 8. I ran away because I was just pissed, right? I grabbed my favorite boxers at the time. It was these heart boxers with arrows through them, and I grabbed my favorite toy, and I went to my best friend's house, and I'm like, I'm never coming back. But you know, that was back then, right? Can't do that now. You try that now, yeah, yeah, right. But that was me. That was a little bit of like about me. I'm crazy. I try to have fun, right? My favorite comedians, you know, I love comedy. That's my, I like action movies, but my genre is comedy. My favorite comedian, you know, Dave Chappelle, you know, Kevin Hart, Bernie Mac, one of the, you know, the goats of the goats, you know, Cat Williams, you know, they're, you know, Eddie Murphy, you know, stand up, Chris Tucker, their comedy was, borderline, like, it was touchy. You have to have a sense of humor, you know, in order to really and truly, you know, can appreciate, you know, their art, because they say some horrendous things, but it's funny. It's funny. So that's one of the crazy things. So that's another thing too. Is like, you know, a lot of people have a lot of stuff to say, and that was one of the questions. And listen, I ain't qualified to give anybody no goddamn what's it called there. I'm not qualified to give nobody any tips or any pointers. You guys are the one asking me these things. I don't have no qualifications, nothing like that. This is just me, right? But the last question I'm gonna obviously answer here too is, you know, they're like, what is the best advice that you can give us, or they're just saying. And the best advice is not about, you know, being a dad or being a friend or nothing about that. The best advice is, you know, knowing yourself, knowing who you are, you know, not being able to let go of what people gonna think or what people are gonna say, because everybody's gonna have their opinion, good or bad, right? So once you can get over that, the opinions that other people is gonna have towards you, you will be better off, because it doesn't matter about what somebody else thinks. All that matters is that you know what you're doing, what you're trying to do, and where you're trying to go. That is what is important, right? Always trying to be better than you were the day before. So that's the main thing that I always try to do. Trying to be better than you were the day before. So, hey, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be next year, 4 or 5 years from now. It doesn't matter. Never ever give up. Never ever stop. Always keep trying. Always keep going. All right. So that's it. y'all are asking too much of these, personal, real crazy personal question, and it's like, you don't want to say. It's not that you don't want to say the wrong thing, right? I want you guys to see me, for me. I don't mean anything personal. I don't want anybody to take what I say, everyone likes to take stuff, out of context, right? And that's what I mean. So that's why I kind of try to do this little bit of this Q&A, and also wanted to, shout out my guy there for his portrait there. But, I just want to have fun. I just want to enjoy myself, and I want you guys to enjoy yourself too. I want you guys to have fun watching me, right? So if there's anything that I miss or anything that you guys want to hear, or that y'all want to talk about, just let me know. Certain things, I'm gonna try my best to be as open, as I can. But just hit me up. Just let me know. Come over there, right there, on Instagram at DaddyDLO TV. Make sure you guys are following me, obviously, over there too. And I'm gonna do my best to try to show up for y'all. That's honestly what it is. I'm gonna try to do my best to try to show up for y'all. Alright, so guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys obviously subscribe. Turn on your post notification. You guys already know it's DaddyDLO and where we at.